What's going on, everyone? It's Lynx's Builds, and today I'm going to be doing episode 1 of my podcast, +1 Stories, and in this video, I have my friend Fisty on the Discord call, and I'm going to be telling him a story. So, go ahead and say hi.
Hi. What's up?
So, today's story is going to be this Snapchat story that I have. Instead of doing a story time where I do gameplay, I think it'd be more interesting for me to tell it to someone else live, and, well, not live, but live, I guess, raw and uncut, where I just kind of talk about it with someone else. But yeah, so basically this story is about how I made a new friend and lost a new friend on a Snapchat group. It's pretty rough. I'll just get to it. So I'm at school, the school day ends, and I'm sitting outside waiting for my mom to come pick me up, and she pulls up, or before she pulls up, I'm sitting next to my friend, and I don't say real names here, so I'm not gonna say her name, but I'm just gonna call her Bob because she's a pretty manly girl, not gonna lie. Not a tomboy or anything, but she had the Sierra Burgess voice. I'm not gonna even lie there. But I'm just gonna call her Bob. Bob comes up to me and she's like, "Yo, this girl wants to fight me." And I'm like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Oh, let's get her flamed then. If she wants to fight," because she said, "Oh yeah, she's all jealous. She wants to argue. She wants to come fight me. She's, is jealous, salty, all this stuff." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, then let's flame her." So then I add her on Snapchat, and then I realize that after I add her on Snapchat, I'm like, "Whoa, this girl's actually nice. She's nice. She's a really nice person. She's she's not flaming me. She's not doing anything personally, annoying. She's not." Just not setting me off in any way at all, so I'm just kind of okay, well, there's nothing wrong with her so far. So, I also get added to the group where everyone's kind of making fun of her and stuff because they're like, "Oh yeah, you're so tough," and I'm like, "Oh, well then they got a reason to make fun of her, so obviously, that's alright, whatever, cool, I love it when people get their comeuppance," but turns out that's not the case at all. So I start talking to her and I realize this girl has some mental problems, not mental problems as being stupid, not at all, but more of sad. She was sad, she had been let down, that's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, she was let down a little bit.
Very depressed, I'm guessing.
I guess, yeah, kind of like that. I'm not gonna say anything though because I'm gonna let them they're gonna be watching this, but I'm not gonna say anything rude or I'm not gonna say anything "Oh yeah, they were emo," whatever. They're not. They're chill. They're not a mean person by any means. They're cool. They're not. No issues with them. But anyway, I'm just gonna call her. Let's just call her Kayla. It's not her name, but let's just go with it. So, Kayla here, she's nice. She's got no issue with me. I have no issue with her. We're just chatting. And I'm I'm not flaming her yet. I'm just trying to say and get to know more about it from her point of view. And as I learn more and stuff, I'm like, "Oh, so so Bob wants to fight you." And she's I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't know why I said it as a joke." And I'm like, "Oh." And then I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Really? You sure?" She's like, "Yeah, I said it as a joke." And for some reason, they don't believe me. And then I tell Bob about this, and they're like, "Oh, I didn't know it was a joke, whatever." And then they were like, "Oh, you're not going to fight me then?" They were like, "Okay." But they were still, not on... They were kind of all, still, I don't know. They were settled. It was settled, but they still didn't like each other. And I was going to learn why they didn't like each other. And now the reason they didn't like each other is because they picked on this girl. They picked on her. They said stuff about her. They didn't like the way she dressed, the way she acted, or whatever. They called her greedy. They acted like they knew the whole side of the story, and they didn't. And they didn't give her a chance. They didn't listen to her point of view, and they really didn't just put any trust into the friendship. So they just, guessed everything was, I guess, they were just being very bad friends. They weren't listening to anything from her point of view, just theirs. They wouldn't let her talk. So, yeah. They would say stuff like she's ugly and that all this stuff, and she's all this, she's this and that. I want to keep it PG here right now, but they'd say some pretty messed up stuff, and I'm not going to vibe with that. So I'm getting to know her, and I'm like, "Hey, that's not cool." I took it up because Bob was my friend before, and I'm like, "Hey, Bob, you might want to tell your friends to stop." And she's like, "Stop what? What do you mean stop? Stop what?" And I'm like, I'm explaining it, and then she's like, "Oh no, that's not true at all, that never happened, and that never happened, she's a bad, Kayla's a bad person, she's greedy, and whatever." And I'm like, "Okay, well, greedy how?" And then I get told more, and while I'm being told some of this stuff from both their sides, I'm told that, I'm not told that, I'm introduced to someone named Nicole, and I'm not even going to change their name because this girl, it gets me heated. She's annoying. I'm gonna even spell it out. Nikole. I hate her. I mean, I don't hate very many people, but I will spell out her first name. I don't care. I don't know her last name, but if I knew it, I'd probably drop it. But thank God I don't. But she's pretty annoying. She's the type of person that would not let you argue with her. She'd just cut you off and mock you, and it's annoying. You don't want to argue with her because if she's wrong, she mocks you. So she's telling me, oh yeah, she's greedy. Kayla's greedy. She did this, and that. And I'm like, really? And I'm like, no. And then they're like, and every time I'd say like that's not true. I'm on the phone with them. They haven't done anything to me. I have no issue with anyone right now besides you because you're the only one that's been rude. And then they're like, oh yeah, well shut up talking to me. You're a roach. And then I got called. I don't know how. I'm not sure really why or how this got brought up. But then I got called homophobic. So I'm like, all right, then I'm not sure how that got brought up. But I'm like, okay, well I guess I'm homophobic then. Thanks for that. So I'm like, okay, and I'm like, okay. So I start taking up for Kayla more. I'm taking up for her. And after I talked to her and get to know her, I learned that she's like part of the the community, the Pride community. So I'm like, okay, if I was homophobic, that would have bounced there, but I didn't. I'm like, okay, let me just I'm still gonna take up for you. And then I learned some really rough stuff, and that with the depression, I guess I'm just gonna call it that, and the sadness, she'd been told to hurt herself and harm herself by various people. I don't know any names, but if I did, I wouldn't let that go on, and I didn't. That's where I said, no, that's not going on. So I went to the group chat and I said, what are you saying this for? And they're all like, oh, that's not true. She's a liar. She's greedy. And Nicole's like, dude, here's proof. And she sends me this. I laugh. She sends me this, like, you know how when you screenshot something, you can scribble over stuff? She sent me this scribbled over screenshot with everything except for, like, one sentence scribbled out. And I was like, okay, so you're gonna send me the original version? She's like, oh no, shut up talking to me, you're a roach, you're homophobic. I'm like, and she's like, you like Trump? And I'm like, shut up, just send me the actual thing. And she's like, oh no. And then we argued for like an hour, and then and I'm not even exaggerating, this whole spat went on for like 4 hours. Not that, but the whole thing went on for like 4 hours. That's how dedicated I was. So I was like, this is bullcrap. And then she finally sent it to me, and before she sent it to me, I had been told by Kayla the situation. She said some guy offered me, or like someone, I don't know if it was a guy, I don't know if it was a girl, whatever. They offered to buy me something, and they didn't. And then they started offering me underwear and being creepy, and so I blocked him. Oh. And then the chat log that I'd seen with the original one said was exactly in line with that. And they were calling her greedy because she took the money and blocked him, which wasn't even true. She didn't. She literally turned it down. At least that's what I was told. I'm going to feel really stupid if I turn out to be wrong about all this, but I doubt it. Kayla's a sweet, nice person. They haven't done anything to me. They're cool. But yeah. And this whole thing goes on for a really long time, and after it, I'm exhausted. But I lost a new friend. I made a new friend, whatever. But that's not, it's not okay to tell someone to go harm themselves. So I'm just like, dude, don't do that to them. Like, I'm on the Snapchat audio call getting told, shut up talking to me, pull up, and all this crap. I'm like, what do you want me to do, steal a car? Like, I'm not gonna Grand Theft Auto this just to come good to your house and punt you like a football. Not what I'm trying to do. And then when I say that, she's like, oh, I'll get my attorney. And I'm like, really? Like, come on, you don't have an attorney. You don't pay the bills. And then when I say that, Bob is just over here like, oh, I have a part-time job, I pay the bills. And this girl's 12 or 13, in like middle school, 12 or 13. You do not have a part-time job. So I said, all right, so what's your social security number? And if you're smart, you're never going to give someone your social security number. And they said, I don't know, do you know yours? And I was like, no, but you need it to get a part-time job. And she's like, oh, well, I'm a babysitter. And I'm like, so I guess that means she watches her siblings. And she's like, oh, I pay my bills. Like, you don't even own anything. What do you pay bills on? Like, if anything, the only thing I can think that you're paying bills on is your Xbox Live subscription. That's the only thing I can think of. And I don't know, and half the people I know don't even pay their own Xbox Live. So their parents are just like, oh, cool, I got it. Like, it's never that serious. Like, it's what? Like, it's not, like, it's like $60 for a year. That's not horrible. Like, there's worse things to pay for. Like, it's not like you're asking, hey mom, can I have 3 years worth of Playboys? That's not what you're asking. You're asking to play online with your friends, man.
No.
Yeah. So it's just dumb. I thought that was dumb. I was like, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. And then at the end, I'm getting heated, so I'm like, bro, be quiet. Like, every drama's your drama, Bob. And she's like, well, I don't know. And they got all mad at me. And while everyone else is just listening, getting the tea, and I'd probably give them so much tea to just go spread around their schools, because all of them go to a different school besides Bob, and now Kayla should be going to my school, but that's not important where it is. But I'm saying, like, if they fight, I'm gonna release all the screenshots and the proof, and whoo, man, sorry, I was thinking of my friend's dog. Kayla is not gonna, or not Kayla, Bob is not going to do well. Sorry, I don't know why I said Sayla. I was thinking of Kayla, and I was thinking of my friend's dog. And I was also thinking of my golf cart, because my golf cart has a sticker that says Sharon on it. But that's weird. That's not besides the point. I don't know why I said that, honestly. But, anyways, Bob is gonna be in trouble if that happens. And Bob threatened me. Like, she threatened me. She's like, dude, I'm gonna come jump you, and I'm gonna, at school, and I'm like, okay, jump me, but I just want you to know I'm not gonna hit you back, because if I hit you back, if I don't hit you back, guess who's going down? You are. Like, I'm not gonna hit you, so you can come hit me and attack me all you want, but I'm not gonna hit you or say anything. I'm gonna say, stop, don't hit me. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna stand there and take it, and walk away, or whatever. I'm not standing there and take it. I'm gonna walk away and take it like a man. I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm not gonna get a teacher, because if she starts attacking me, then I'm just gonna be like, all right, and guess who's gonna get in trouble? You are. And if you punch me in the face and you damage my braces, then bam, lawsuit. Not really, but I don't know, maybe. I don't know. If you really damage my braces, then you're screwed. But that's not important. For those of you that didn't know I have braces, yeah, I have braces. That's why I have a small slur whenever I talk, or not like a hard R, but like a slur. Like, I slur my words slightly when I say like an S. And I just did some insane alliteration right there, but that's not that's not important. But yeah, so now me and Kayla are friends, and that's cool. And now me and Bob aren't, decidedly not. At least I hope so. I hope we still are, because I told Bob, I said, I don't want to have problems in school because we disagree about something, but like, I don't want to ever have an issue with you. I don't have an issue with you. These are your friends, you know. And I actually forgot to mention this, but Bob admitted to they said that they didn't know that Kayla was serious when they say like, oh yeah, that's like, they admitted to not knowing parts of it, and then everyone's excuse was, oh, you just met them, you don't know everything. But I listened, man. Like, I didn't take one person's word over another's. I listened, and then after I had, after everything that Kayla said was adding up and making sense, and like it checked out. And then I'm listening to someone say, well, I have a part-time job, I pay the bills, and I don't know what you're talking about. This girl's greedy, debunked. I don't know what, and then after trying to hide it with all these, scribbles all over the screenshot, yeah, that's kind of sus, dude. If you're going to scribble over a screenshot and then refuse to send an original version, then there's something you gotta hide. You have something to hide.
It was all coming together after that.
It was definitely all coming together. Yeah, honestly, I couldn't have said it better myself, but it's just, honestly, and I think since I do have Kayla on Discord, I think we can add, let's see if I might see if I can add them, I'm gonna message them, do you want to be on the podcast?
Does she know about it?
Yeah, they know about it. I asked for permission. Alright. Okay. So, I asked everyone for permission except for the group chat people that were telling her to harm herself. I don't care. Privacy, I don't care about your privacy. I don't give a crap. If you're that aggro, if you're that annoying, then and you tell someone to go hurt themselves, I'm not down for that. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to go cuddle Netflix and chill with you while listening to you talk about while you 13 Reasons Why it up. I'm not trying to listen to that. So hold on, let me add her. Oh, I see. All
Did she
right.
say yes?
Yeah, she said sure. All right, I'm gonna call this new DM.
Damn that name.
All right, hold on.
Already know.
Did they join the call? Okay.
They might be doing something or something. Will they join? Yes.
All right. I told them. Sorry about the pause. Any audience? Oh, hi. I'm. Just so you know, I'm not gonna leak your real name, so I'm gonna be calling you Kayla. If you're down with that.
I guess.
All right. So this is the special guest here. The victim of this. This is bullcrap. Yeah. I didn't let that go on. That was kind of stupid. But I'm just go ahead and say hi, Kayla, because now you're on the podcast.
What's up, person?
All right. Welcome to the channel. This is my friend. I think I might have mentioned him from elementary school. I probably mentioned him when we were introducing each other to. Yeah, I probably did. But yeah. So
Hi.
now I'm back on the podcast in full focus or in full effect. Back with. So now we get to talk as a group again. But yeah, like I don't know if you remember, but. Do you remember, Kayla, do you remember how during the whole spat we had, that like 4 hour spat, how Nicole sent that stupid, scribbled over screenshot and refused to send an original one? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
It's like, that was so stupid. Like, oh yeah, you know me, nothing to hide here, just want to scribble over all the screenshots. And it'd be different if she was scribbling out names, but she didn't. And I don't even care. I covered up everyone's name that was even the people in the wrong besides Nicole. I'll spell it again. Nikole. Or I think I spelled that right. I don't know. I'm half asleep.
Probably.
Yeah, Nikole. MICKEYMOUSE. Anyways, yeah, that's just I don't know what to say besides that's just honestly it's kind of sus though when you do that. But I don't know why her only defense mechanism was shut up talking to me, homophobic roach. That was the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse host Nicole's only little.
I didn't really hear that one because I was busy doing something.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear that.
She literally said, "Shut up talking to me, pull up roach," and then called me homophobic. And my defense to that was, if I was homophobic, why would I be sticking up for her? Like, that was just my thing. Like, I don't care who you are, what you are, except maybe if you're like Hitler. But like, I'm not gonna let someone just tell you go like hurt yourself. Like, that's stupid. But it's like, especially if someone has thoughts about that. I'm not gonna name any names here besides Nicole, because if you're out there and you're listening, you suck. And I don't care if you're listening. I don't care what you have. Like, you suck. You say that to someone, you're screwed up. You're a sociopath.
That's why you do repeating the same comeback. Can't think of anything else.
Yeah, it was like, shut up talking to me, shut up talking to me. I doubt they're gonna be I might even send them a link, to be honest with you. And I've done nothing wrong here besides state the facts. I covered everyone's name up besides her, and I didn't even say her last name, which I don't know. But if I did, I probably would. But I'm not actually. No, I wouldn't. But still, it's just I'm joking by that. I wouldn't leak anyone's full name. But I'm not saying anyone's names here besides Nicole's first name, because I don't want to have to think of another name. I'm kind of lazy right now. Plus, you're screwed up. You're a sociopath. And also, I'm not homophobic. If that's what you think, really, then like what? What, like, really? That's what you think? I'm not homophobic, so shut up.
I know you ain't.
Yeah, like, I'm not scared of it. Like what? Like phobia? Keyword phobia. If I'm sitting in the room with James Charles, I'm not gonna be like, get away from me, get away from me. Yeah, 911. I got a serial killer in the room. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna sit there like I would be literally like I was being in the room with like anyone else. Like, it wouldn't matter. But it's James Charles, so I might grab a pic for clout though. Not gonna lie, but might grow up and take some pictures, post on my IG.
Yeah.
Let's not.
So ugly.
Let's not start some toxicity right now. I don't want to have some rivalry with the sister squad. I'm not trying to look for that. But I need to turn my light on. I don't have a light on in my room. All right, now I do. All right. So if there's anything else you want to add, Kayla, if there's anything else you want to add, feel free to do it. If there's any other stuff you want to mention, like any other things with the story, anything you want to add that maybe I missed out on from what you heard, but you didn't really hear the whole thing, so yeah. Well, you've heard it here, folks. Just nothing else to say besides, Nicole, if you're watching this, eat a toenail. Yeah, everyone else involved with that, I didn't really have too much of a problem with anyone besides Bob and, with Bob and some other people with some weird font on their name. But yeah, I don't really have a problem with anyone besides Bob and Nicole because they had some huge problem. But I think that's gonna do it for the video. Hope you guys like this first episode of +1 story time, and this episode is the origin. It's pretty much +2, but I might do that like whatever +1. Yeah, I might change the name, but at the moment I think it's a pretty good little thing. And or a pretty good little title. And yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and feel free to let me know in the comments what you think of these podcasts. And yeah, that's gonna do it. Bye.